Most of us were raised on a specific set of financial instructions: get a good job, save your cash, and buy a home. Yet for many following this path, the standard, safe route leads to a stagnant financial ceiling that is difficult to break through. The modern school system is efficient at teaching academic theory, but it omits the mechanics of multiplying capital. Students are trained to become employees, trading time for a paycheck and stepping into a lifelong cycle of debt and taxes. To break out of this cycle, we have to look at the definitive counter-narrative of the last 3 decades: Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki's core thesis became a global phenomenon, translated into dozens of languages, because it challenged the basic logic of the working class. Kiyosaki breaks down wealth through 2 opposing perspectives. His biological father, a highly educated man, operated on the philosophy of playing it safe and working for money. His best friend's father, his mentor, viewed money as a tool, building systems that forced capital to work for him. Financial struggle is rarely a failure of hard work. More often, it is the result of playing a high-stakes financial game without ever being taught the actual rules. Middle-class families treat extreme frugality as a badge of honor. We turn off the lights, avoid waste, and stash every extra dollar in a basic checking or savings account. This discipline is admirable, but it creates an illusion of security. Cash sitting in a bank account experiences a steady decay. Inflation acts as a silent tax, eroding your dollar's purchasing power every single year. This chart tracks $10,000 sitting in a standard bank account against historical inflation rates. Over 20 years, the real value drops significantly. By the end, you lose nearly half your purchasing power, despite the balance remaining the same. When we add an upward curve, the failure of saving becomes obvious. This line represents an investor putting $500 a month into an S&P 500 index fund. Compounding growth creates a massive gap between cash hoarders and investors. In a modern economy, hoarding fiat currency is a losing strategy. True wealth preservation requires converting cash into financial vehicles that grow faster than the currency devalues. A persistent error keeping the middle class broke is a misunderstanding of what they are actually buying. People routinely acquire expensive items to satisfy their social ego, mislabeling them as assets when they are actually heavy liabilities. Look at the financial anatomy of a luxury vehicle. Beyond the sticker price, you commit to a monthly loan, insurance, and maintenance costs. Combined with a 50% value drop over 5 years, the vehicle becomes an ongoing capital drain. This logic leads to Kiyosaki's most controversial claim: your primary residence is a liability. While the property might appreciate over decades, it requires a monthly mortgage, property taxes, and upkeep. It takes money out of your pocket every month, rather than putting it in. A true asset puts money into your pocket regardless of your daily labor. Wealthy individuals prioritize buying income-generating vehicles, like rental properties or dividend stocks, before they ever purchase luxury goods. The wealth hack is simple. Use the passive cash flow generated by your true assets to fund your lifestyle liabilities. This ensures your core capital remains untouched and continues to multiply. The W-2 employee cycle is structurally disadvantaged. Income enters the system, but a heavy bypass valve diverts 30% to the government in taxes before you see it. You are left trying to build a life on the remnants. An investor or business owner reverses this flow. Their income moves into a pre-tax reinvestment reservoir. They deduct business and expansion costs before tax calculation, paying the government only on the small fraction of profit remaining. Seeking to escape the tax trap, many fall into a psychological trap instead. Desperation leads to an obsession with shortcuts, day trading, crypto pumps, and multi-level marketing schemes that promise immediate wealth. Genuine wealth generation is inherently unsexy. It relies on slow, methodical compounding and deep patience rather than secret cheat codes or overnight success stories. Attempting to shortcut the timeline of wealth almost always results in permanent capital destruction, resetting your progress back to zero. While some of the specific real estate tactics from the era of this book are outdated, the underlying psychological shift is timeless. Success begins the moment you stop viewing a dollar as currency to be spent and start viewing it as a seed to be planted. To start the escape blueprint, you must rigorously calculate your monthly survival number, the absolute minimum cost of your shelter, food, and basic needs. Financial freedom is a specific mathematical threshold. You achieve it the moment the passive income from your acquired assets exceeds that monthly survival number. At that point, you no longer work for money. Money works for you. To reach this threshold, you must follow one mandatory rule: earn capital, immediately invest it into assets, and only spend the leftovers. For anyone trapped by paycheck anxiety, this book offers a necessary perspective shift. However, if you are looking for gambling tips, skip it. Let me know in the comments, what is the worst piece of financial advice you have ever received?